Hi, I'm Nancy Blamer, Community Relations Ambassador here at the Center for Addiction Treatment. Thanks for joining us today in our continuing series, True Stories of Addiction Recovery. We created this 5-part series in recognition of April being Alcohol Awareness Month. With each episode, we hope to bring you a story of recovery and give you some hope for the future. Today's episode is entitled, My Loved One is an Addict. What should I do? And today's episode will feature longtime CAT Family Support Group member, Brittany, who's here to tell her family's personal story of recovery and give you some helpful tips if you have a loved one in recovery and you don't know what to do. Brittany? So Brittany, thanks for joining us today. We're glad you're here to share your experience, strength, and hope.
Thank you for having me.
So I wondered if you could maybe start just kind of by telling us about your own family story and your journey to recovery.
Yeah, sure. So I was first introduced to Al-Anon at the Cat House probably 14 years ago when a family member came through the rehab. I was not open to hearing about a 12-step program that I needed. I didn't understand addiction or alcoholism, and I made good choices. I was great. I could help you with your life. I could help control any situation, but I did not need my own help. Fast forward a few years, I fell in love with an alcoholic and kind of leveled up a little bit. And I saw so much good in him. I knew that he drank too much. But I was up for the challenge. I really thought there was so much good in him. He just needed some help, and that I would heal him and fix him. And I spent years trying to do that. And I didn't even realize I was killing myself. I woke up one day and I was miserable. I didn't recognize I didn't know who I was. I had spent years reacting to someone else's choices. I didn't even really have control of my own life or what I did day to day. It was based on what he was doing. And I remembered Al-Anon. Well, I'll share my story. If we're being honest, I started to do things that were completely out of my character. I would go hunt him down. I would find him. I was going into places I was not invited to, just anything I could to get him to come home and to just listen to what I wanted him to do. And one night he left for some milk and he didn't come back. And I just really calmly made a plan of how I was going to hit him with my car in an exact way that maybe he would break his legs or an ankle and he would not be able to walk. So I could take care of him and keep him home and just show him that I could love him back to being better, and he didn't need alcohol, and I was so uneducated. And I used to think I was better than him because I didn't have a drinking problem. But I realized I had a him problem. I didn't know how to let him go and make his own choices. I didn't know how to let him feel his own natural consequences. We had become one person, and I didn't know how to disconnect us. And I thought, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go to jail, and I'm wasting my whole life for what? This is crazy. And I said, I'll do it. I'm ready to do anything now. I'll go to the Al-Anon. I'm crazy. I do need this. And I went to an Al-Anon meeting. My first meeting, I cried the entire time. My first Al-Anon meeting that I went to, I didn't say a word. I cried the entire time, uncontrollably, because for the first time ever, other people were saying my secrets out loud. Things that I wouldn't have never told people that I had done or my alcoholic had done. Crazy situations that I thought I was alone in feeling. There was a room full of people that loved their people as much as I loved him. And they had fallen many times too, but they had experienced strength and hope to share. They had things that worked for them. And I think what I love the most about Al-Anon is what works for them doesn't work for me. It is not a standard, you go to Al-Anon, you learn how to leave your alcoholic. You learn how to detach and not have, no, that's not it at all. I know people that have left because that's what is best for them. I know people that are still with their alcoholic who's actively drinking, but because of Al-Anon, they've learned how to have healthy boundaries and how to love in a healthy way. Al-Anon really gives you the proper tools that you need to make the best decision for your own life and your own story. You don't have to react anymore to the alcoholic and what they have going on. Now you have your own knowledge and your own tools to sit back and say, okay, I need to get healthy just like they need to get healthy. Where can I start? How can I do this?
So your story was really impactful. I mean, I appreciate how honest you were about that. And I'm wondering, you described like the tools of recovery that you've been able to learn. And one of the things that I've heard of is the 3 C's.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could kind of tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So Al-Anon has several really great slogans that they're easy to remember in those times where you want to fall back into your old ways. One of my favorite is the 3 C's, and it is you did not cause it, cannot control it, can't cure it. And those are a great reminder that you don't have any power over your alcoholic. You really didn't cause. You cannot fix why they drink. That is completely out of your control. You cannot control their actions, make them drink, not drink. And I cannot cure him. I can't make him better. I can just work on myself.
Well, that's powerful. Very powerful. So I'm wondering, you've described your story and the power of having that 12-step program for yourself. So I'm wondering, for those who have a loved one, how do they go about finding a group like that?
Sure. So I really just did a Google search. I just looked up Al-Anon meetings near me. And it was important that the Al-Anon meetings that I attended had daycare. My children were toddlers when I started Al-Anon, so I looked up Al-Anon groups that had daycare facilities around me.
Huh. To be honest, I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yes.
So that's really a great resource for folks to really see the variety of
Sure, yeah.
meetings that are available, and so we definitely, encourage.
And it's free. Al-Anon is free. It's a free service. You can go and share or not share. Nothing is required. You don't need to participate at all. It's just a great resource and place for you to go to feel like you're not alone in this struggle.
Is it religious?
They believe in a higher power. My higher power is God. I know people's higher power is the meeting itself. Is, something, it doesn't have to be a religious group, but you do have to believe in something bigger than yourself.
And why is that?
Because we tend to think that we are the big, that we can heal and fix and mend. No, I am a small part of this. It's a full-time job fixing and healing and working on my own self. To be able to give him to someone else or something else and say, I can't. I know what I need to do here, but I can't do that anymore. There is a sense of peace there that comes, you're not leaving them. I could have never left and walked away and abandoned him. But it was a lot easier to learn how to love him in a healthy way and to step back and let him feel some of his own consequences and believe that there was something bigger that was happening there than just me. Hi, my name's Brittany and I am a member of Al-Anon. I just wanted to remind you of the 3 C's. You did not cause it, you cannot control it, and you cannot cure it. If you're struggling right now with your loved one's addiction or alcoholism, please reach out to the Cat House at the number on the screen.
Brittany, thanks so much for sharing your story. That was inspirational and touching and truthful and honest and authentic. And I know a lot of people will get hope from your story, so can't thank you enough. And I want to thank all of you for joining us for this series. Next week, join us for the final episode when we ask the question, how has recovery reconnected you with your family?